to have guys shooting free throws all summer?
Well, it was a problem to start the season. We ironed it out a little bit, but that's really disappointing. You can't have a Division I team go 4 for 13. We had front end of 1-1. I told them on October 1, and I've told them 20 times since then, there's nothing more disappointing than to play hard and lose a game at the line. And 4 for 12 with one front end, 4 for 13. You don't even give yourself a chance. And they shot them good. And the funny thing is they have shot them well lately, but before that they were shooting them poorly. And but we haven't shot them well all 3 games. And guys have gotten in the gym and shot them, but sure didn't pan out tonight. But we got out rebounded. We fell asleep. Our attention to detail wasn't what it needed to be. Even the last possession where Chucky hit the 3, we figured he was going to take it. We said, don't leave him, and we left him. And so that was out of a timeout. So that's really disappointing when we can tell him exactly who we want to guard, and we leave him. So had a lot of easy looks inside. They didn't have shot blockers, and we were adjusting shots. Again, we didn't get it done. We had our opportunities, and guys played hard. We had 40 deflections, so I mean we were playing hard. We didn't play very smart. We played hard, but we did not play smart. So they found a way to make some plays at critical times, hit a couple threes down the stretch, and we had turnovers and a couple bad shots.
Go ahead, 3 by Hepburn. Why go to zone there? And was there any thought of, at minimum, just fouling because of the foul situation that you found yourselves in?
Well, they would have, they would have had reset the clock. I mean, so we would have gave it to them again. But no, we worked on that zone, and we knew who was going to shoot it. We knew they'd have a play with 13, so we just changed it up there. We wanted to give it a different look. It didn't work, obviously, but again, we knew who was going to shoot it, and we didn't execute it.
What's the mood like in the locker room right now with the players?
Oh, they're disappointed. They know they had an opportunity, and we didn't get it done.
Still feel this opportunity to play these 3 games still feel like a net positive?
Oh, you never feel that way right after a loss. But yeah, no, we played hard. We did some good things. It's just a real disappointing way to lose when you don't execute down the stretch. You don't hit free throws. We had an 8-point lead with 10 minutes to go. Took a couple really questionable shots there. Had a couple bad turnovers. So very disappointing there.
In your tenure, you've never had a 3-game stretch of holding teams to 33% or less in 3 straight games. You've had close, 4 out of 5, those sorts of things. But I realize this isn't Ken Palm's murderer's row, but nevertheless, without 3 starters and arguably your best interior defender and one of your better ball handling perimeter defenders, how did this team just come together to do this defensively?
Well, I thought Waldo did a really good job, setting the tone. We had some deflections. The guys did play hard. We played hard. We didn't play smart. If you do the 2 things, it's really good. But we played really hard. We did some good things. We contested shots. Again, we just had some breakdowns. There was a transition layup, and then Luke lost a guy for a wide open 3, really changed the complexion of the game. So, no, like I said, we played hard. I've got no problem with their effort, 40 deflections. I am disappointed we got out-rebounded. They set a tone. We were on defense a couple times, with long possessions where, we had opportunities to get the ball and go, and, we just didn't get out in transition. So, no, again, the effort was there. We just didn't play smart.
How do you go about kind of evaluating that kind of feeling result as a coach? Because at the end of last year, it was you were saying that you didn't have to chase any of the guys out of the gym at the end of the year, and it doesn't seem like that was quite the issue this year. It just said the guys played hard all the time. But like when you go about evaluating yourself and kind of progressing out of this when it's like attention to detail and just how they've played as a team? Like, how do you kind of move?
Well, we're going to
past that?
evaluate all the guys individually. You know, we're going to have guys that want to be here. You know, we got to make some changes. We're not good enough. You know, either we're not coaching good enough, players aren't good enough, we're just not good enough. And we got to get better. So if that means changing personnel, if that means getting in the gym more, but we're not good enough. So I've got to start with me. I'm not good enough. And then we go right down the list. But, you know, 21 and 15 or whatever we are, I'm not good enough. So we're going to get better. I got to do a better job. We're going to get after players. If they're going to stay here, they're going to work their ass off. And if they don't, then we got to find somebody who will. We got too good a situation here. We got facilities, and we got a lot of support staff that wants these guys. You know, we got Cliff in the weight room. He's an NBA weightlifting coach. We got the Mariota Center over there. We got a nutritionalist. Well, we give these guys every advantage, and they've got to take advantage of it. And so, again, that goes in the evaluation, and we'll make some changes.
Jermaine and Nate have said that they intend to return. Obviously, Will's out of time, but has Dante indicated to you as Quincy?
Well, we'll have meetings with all the guys. They're in finals this week, so I don't want to, pressure them too much. We got spring break next week, so. But we'll grab a couple of them. We'll start making some decisions pretty quickly.
When you talk about staff, Dana, I'm not a guy who says, oh, well, just more is automatically better. But it has stood out at times in non-conference play where there have been, whether it's Houston, Baylor, who come in here and they have 20 guys in suits on the bench. And I'm not saying that's the answer, but philosophically, do you look at things like that when you talk about coaching and other things? Do you think you need more people?
James, that goes in the evaluation. What are we not giving our players? What are we not doing as a staff? And if that means more people, then I'll go to Rob and beg. But you see the commitment Wisconsin makes. They get their cheerleaders, their band. It's and we make a commitment. Don't get me wrong here, but I mean you can just see. How important it is, and it was important to them. It was important to me, and I was, what the heck? We should have more people here tonight. All right? I mean, these guys have played hard. Okay, 3,300 people. It's not good enough. And if it's me. Then get rid of me. If you need somebody else to be a promoter, do something. But 3,300 people is embarrassing. It really is. I'm not in a very good mood, you can tell that. But
it does speak to a season-long issue because this was the lowest attendance you guys have had.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just saying.
And that's what I'm saying, James. If it's me, then make the change. Make the change. Somebody will hire me somewhere. I'll go coach junior college ball again. I love junior college ball. Those guys were dogs. They wanted to be in the gym all the time. All right, I love coaching. But 3,300 people for Wisconsin. I was disappointed. So, and I appreciate the people who came. That's the 3,300 people who did come. Great. I sure appreciate it. And the people who have stuck with us, and but again, I'm not a promoter. I'm not out in the public. I don't have the Twitter and all the stuff. My job's to coach. My job's to get the team and coach them. And I'm not out there. God, I'm so bad at promoting and doing those things. But we have won 20 games for a long time, and we have been in postseason 13 years in a row. And I know, hey, this is the NIT, it's not the NCAA. I understand that. But our guys work hard, and just a little disappointed. But they're disappointed in us. We didn't win. And so it works both ways. We didn't win enough games, so I understand the fans' disappointment. But again, you know, I want guys that want to be here and staff that wants to be here. I want to be here. But I want our fans to want to be here too. And, you know, I watched Wisconsin play the other day against Liberty, and, you know, I think they had 10,000 people there, you know. And we had recruits here tonight. We had recruits watching on TV. You know, are we sending the right message? So we got to get better. Our team's got to get better. We just got to do a better job. Our program's got to be better.
Last question on all those to tie it together, because I realize you can't talk about certain things recruiting, Dana, so I'm going to try to ask this delicately. What is your outlook when there is a prospective recruit out there who could add a level of spectacle to the proceedings, and how you would go about that situation that could put fans in the seats that may or may not help you win basketball?
We don't recruit puts fans in the seat. We recruit to win basketball games. We recruit to get guys here who want to compete and want to. Okay, we had great crowds when Dylan Brooks, who was number 150, and Jordan Bell was 99, and Chris Boucher was on nobody's list. You know, Peyton was maybe our highest rated guy at 56. Those guys just played hard, and we won. And so we're going to get winners. We're going to get competitors. And if people appreciate that, great. And if they don't, then, like I said, but our program's going to be about guys who want to be in the gym, want to compete here, and want to get better. And we're going to recruit guys that want to compete. And if winning's not enough, then, like I said, we need to go a different direction. All right?
Is there with this program of wanting to compete and wanting to work hard? In the
Not like we need to be. All right? We had 5 Sweet 16s, 2 Elite, 8s, Final Four. And, we haven't won the league for 2 years. We went to 2 NITs. We won the league in 20 and 21. And, went to a Sweet 16 in 19, went to a Sweet 16 in 21. We're close, but, the difference tonight, all right? It's not like it's a mild difference. The difference is right there. I tell our guys all the time, 1 or 2 possessions, 1 or 2 rebounds, 1 or 2 free throws, 1 or 2 possessions decide a lot of games. You look at Wisconsin, they've had, 20 games now, and have gone down to 1 or 2 possessions. Now they're 13-7 in those games. Go 7-13, they're not even, okay? So it's a fine line. And that confidence that you get from being in the gym all the time, confidence that you get from shooting threes all the time, confidence that, I've been fortunate. I've had guys that they wanted to be in there, and that confidence grows. And we've had guys that go in with both feet, and that confidence grows, and they're really good. And we have to evaluate each individual, and like I said, if anybody's got doubts about whether they want to be here, they're answering their question right away, because you got to be all in. You got to be all in. So we're going to find those guys that are all in. We're going to get better, and hopefully stay a little healthier next year. I hate to make excuses, but I was looking, Wisconsin hadn't missed nearly as many games as we missed 60-some games from guys who play. And it's hard to get a little rotation there, but that's an excuse. You build a team on 12 guys, and you make it work. And we didn't make it work. So, again, guys, sorry I went into my rant there. That's not what I anticipated doing, but you guys egged me on, and I got going. So, try to be nice when you write your articles and do your stuff, all right? Thanks, guys.